Welcome to day 2 of Unstoppable Africa. Thank you so much for joining us. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Okay, it's really a great pleasure, sitting with you here. My name is Nnena, Kayode-lawal. I am a banker. I'm the divisional head of conglomerates in Fidelity Bank, corporate banking. So I handle the large corporates, the large conglomerates.
Fantastic.
Yes.
You're the money woman.
Yes, I'm the money woman.
You're the woman to call.
Yes.
If you need access to capital.
Access to capital, yes.
Fantastic. So what brings you to Unstoppable Africa and the UNGA in general?
Okay, what brings me here, the renewable energy, access to power. The gap in energy finance in Africa is very significant.
Right.
And the United Nations and SEDP is partnering with Fidelity Bank.
Okay.
We've come a long way. We are trying to set up, product papers to be able to fund the developers that are funding and creating power, taking power off the grid in Nigeria. So what they are trying to do is taking the rural areas off grid. So Rural Electrification Agency has decided, working through the United Nations and World Bank, so there's a fund, the DES fund, that has been assigned $750 million actually. So that has been set aside to fund and give grants to those developers. Yes. So what they are doing is power different locations in Nigeria, and that has started a few years ago. Now what they're doing is training those developers, pre-qualifying them to build capacity, and you select areas that you power. So if you select like Ekpe in Lagos State, so you have to partner with the community to ensure that the land belongs to you or they have title, so that you power the place and make sure that that community is powered and it's taken off the grid, so it doesn't put pressure on the national grid.
Right.
So what
how
has
many
happened?
communities have you worked with to do that so far?
No, we just started started the partnership with them.
Fantastic.
And that's what brought us here, because the Fidelity Bank is really driven by what's going on and has supported the electrification agency. So that's why we're here.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm really encouraged, because I've talked to so many people who sat there, just like you, who are talking about electrification of rural communities, talking about renewable energy. So it really seems that a concerted effort is being made to really power communities across the continent that are just in darkness. And that's a wonderful thing.
And the major challenge that has been happening is access to finance.
Right.
A lot of developers are not qualified to access finance. So most times, getting finance in Nigeria is a big problem, and getting local finance. And then when they get finance in USD to repay those funds, it's because of exchange rate risk. So what we've done with the agency is to de-risk the transactions to make them bankable. So found structures, and then United Nations has set up a platform where you're going to bring the developers and the financiers together. Right. So what they have done is, we will upload our conditions on the platform, segments, the different developers, and then they upload the developers there. So you go on the platform and select the criteria that suits you.
So once so it's like a sliding scale.
It's a sliding scale.
So what you can afford or what you can invest in. Yeah.
What you're qualified for.
Right,
so if you're qualified to get 200 million, you know the requirements.
Right.
Rather than going to a bank and the bank gives you the criteria, you come back tomorrow, they give you something else. Keep going back and forth.
Loans?
They're loans in form of grants. So they come as loans to Nigeria, but it's grants to the developers.
Okay,
fantastic. But working with them, what we've done is to make sure that these grants are used effectively.
Right.
You know, so that the performance risk is taken care of.
Okay, so that they actually deliver.
So they actually deliver.
Right.
So that has been monitored significantly over the period.
It sounds like a fantastic project.
Yes.
Thank you for telling us all about it.
Yeah.